Okay, hello everyone. So this video is going to be another one of the tags for the K-pop Secret Santa thing that's going on. This tag is top 5 underrated songs from your ultimate group, but I'm going to change it up a little because I figured since I have 5 groups that I consider ults, I would talk about some underrated songs from each of them, just to make this video a little bit more interesting because Hotshot only has like 5 songs, so it's like how not to include their whole discography in an underrated song list. But honestly, I don't ult any largely popular groups, so I feel like most of these groups have some pretty underrated songs. So I'm going to start with Brave Girls. Brave Girls is my top ultimate girl group. The first song I want to talk about is from this album right here, Reissue. It is the title track called Nowadays You. It is one of my favorite Brave Girls songs, even though I am not biased towards pre-2016 Brave Girls. The song is like prime 2013, but it is honestly such a good song. I've been listening to it basically on repeat ever since I started listening to Brave Girls because the song is just so good. Like, it's hard to explain what exactly about it I love so much, but one of my favorite parts is Hyeon's rap part. She's like honestly one of my favorite female rappers, even though she's not in a K-pop group anymore. She left Brave Girls, but like her style is just so amazing, and even in 2013 it was still just as amazing as it was up until the last album that she was on. Like, it was improved much more by the time the Rollin' album came around, but her skill was still there back in 2013. And Nowadays You is just such an amazing song. I think it's mostly underrated because this Brave Girls is not the same Brave Girls as today's Brave Girls, since we have a completely different lineup. But I suggest that if you have not listened to the song, you do, because it is a really fun song. Like, it's really fun. Both, like, the song itself, the dance is really fun, and I love the concept for that song as well, because as you can see from the cover of the album, they're all wearing suits, and yeah, it's so great. It's hard to kind of formulate thoughts because I just love the song so much, but yeah, it is truly amazing. And another song that I wanted to mention is Whatever from the High Heels album. The song is really hip-hop based. I'm going to see who the song is produced by. So yeah, okay, so the song is produced by Mabuse, which, low-key, I hate him. Well, I don't like when he features on songs, but I do enjoy his, like, producing. I like the songs he produces. So it's, like, really hip-hop based, and it's just a really fun song. And it is more of like a heavier hip-hop, I'd say. I don't know. Hyeon pops off in the song, as she does in any other song that she's in. It's hard for me not to mention her rap because, like, it's just honestly so good. But, yeah, Whatever is a really good song as well. Another song I'd mention is, I think it's called Past Thoughts. It's from the Rollin' album, but it's so good. It's one of the B-sides, and I said I'd only talk about 2 from each of the groups, but I have a lot of favorite songs from Brave Girls. I genuinely enjoy, like, every single one of their songs, so, and I mean, like, Brave Girls in general are kind of underrated, so. Okay, so next is CLC. They're another one of my alt groups. I'll start with this album over here. The one song I want to talk about is track 4. I think the English title is Hide and Seek, but that song in particular, I guess that album in particular, I really like Question as an album. I like the whole thing, but I think that song in particular, I feel like not many people have checked out this album, like, in the first place, so obviously not many people are going to talk about that song, but it's such a fun song. Like, it's hard to explain, like, really it's hard for me to explain, but it's just like a really fun pop song. I think it's, from what I've read of the lyrics, it seems like it's a song about, like, just being over a relationship and not wanting to see the other person again, which the lyrics mixed with, like, the sound of the song is really fun. And I guess, like, even the sound of the song in general is just really fun. Like, I don't know. It is an OT5 song, but their vocals on the song are really amazing, and Yeon's rap part is amazing as well. I just really love that song. I really like a lot of CLC's music in general, which is why they're an alt group, but that song, I myself honestly don't even listen to Question that often, like, as a whole, just because when I listen to CLC, I'll usually just go back and listen to the same things, but the album as a whole is really, it's a good one, and I like to go back to it every now and again. And then for Friesen, so Where Are You in general is pretty unpopular, I'd say. It was a big switch after Hobgoblin was so successful. They came back with something super soft, and I personally enjoyed it a lot. So I feel like because not a lot of people like the title track, people didn't really check out the album. But the song I wanted to talk about is I Like It because I Like It is, it's a lot like the sound of Crystal, like in general. Like I feel like that song could have fit on that album really well. Yeah, like I said, I feel like not many people checked it out, but that song has been my favorite from the album ever since it was released. I feel like it'd be the song that most people would like if they did listen to the album. It's a really great song. It's just really fun, and like I said, sounds a lot like something you'd hear from Crystal, which is personally my favorite CLC album, and I know it is a lot of other people's favorite CLC album. So yeah, that's why I mentioned that song. So next I'll just talk about all the girls first, and I'll talk about Daya. So the first song I wanted to mention is Just One Bite. It is a song by this subunit, LUB, and it is obviously on the Love Generation album, but this song is so good. It's like one of those girl group songs. It's kind of reminiscent of Me Gustas too, a little bit, just in the general sound. But the song, the thing that sticks out most on this song is definitely Juin's vocal, because she has like this insane high note, and it's like just so good and so unexpected for me, at least. But I think it is a song many people would enjoy if they listen to it. It's just really great, and I feel like if I had to recommend like one Daya song, like one Daya B-side, it would be that one, because it's just so good. It's so good. And so another song I want to mention is from their first album, which I don't have, so it's why I'm not showing it, but it is called My Polaris, and it is a B-side, and it is a ballad, but it is so good. It's got a really sweet sound, and I like that a lot. So yeah, that is one of my favorite Daya songs. And honestly, I want to mention another song as well. I want to mention and recommend Pick Up the Phone, which is from their newest album, Summer Aid. It's such an 80s sounding song, and I had only just realized this really recently, but like it just sounds like really 80s, and it's just really amazing, and it's just such a fun song. So those are the songs I picked for Daya. So next, I obviously am going to talk about Hot Shot, and the song I want to mention here is Rain on Me. Rain on Me is one of my favorite of their songs. It includes, let's see if I can get this right, because it's hard for me to remember sometimes, but Junhyuk, Sungwoon, and Yoonsan. I believe it is just those three. It's such an amazing song. There's obviously some real power vocal in there. It's a slow song, and it's just beautiful. I don't know, like it's just so good. Like I really, like if there's one B-side I'd recommend you check out, it'd be that one, at least from their older albums. As for other underrated songs, it's hard not to say like all of their songs, because all of their songs are really good, but nobody listens to them like that. Watch Out is such a good song. It's so fun. Yoonsan's part in that song is really fun. I love that a lot. Take a Shot is really good. I'm a Hot Shot is really good. Midnight Sun is really good. I don't know, they're just all such good songs. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say what exactly is underrated from Hot Shot, because Hot Shot themselves are underrated. Like their entire being is underrated. Like I think Rain on Me is probably the most underrated song, just because I think it's like one of the only songs that doesn't have a music video, so maybe many people don't know about it, but that's definitely a great song. And also Step by Step, I'd say, is kind of underrated as well, just because it's a Japanese release. And personally, I don't even pay much attention to it. I don't listen to the Japanese version at all, ever, actually. I listen to both the Korean and English versions, but not the Japanese versions. All in all, Rain on Me is my pick for them. I would pick like another song, but really, they don't have many songs to choose from, so yeah. So the last group I'm going to talk about is Uptension, and I think you all know that when it comes to Uptension, I just love their whole entire discography. So picking out underrated songs, I don't know, it's kind of easy, but also it's hard for me to sometimes discern between like underrated and I don't know, whatever. So the songs here that I believe are underrated. So the first one is Ditto from Bravo, and the song is honestly my favorite Uptension B-side, like of all time. It is so fun. Like the vocals on that song are so amazing. Like I don't know what it is, but it's been 3 years and I still listen to this song on repeat. It's one of my most beloved Uptension songs, but I feel like at this point, so long after its release, and also with, I feel like maybe not many people standing Uptension, I feel like that song goes pretty under the radar, which is a shame because it's just so good, and I love that song to death. But the other song from Uptension that I want to talk about is Just Like That, which is from Burst, and this song, let me tell you, it is perfection in all forms. It is just so good. It is a slow song. It's not a ballad. It's really hard. I probably sound stupid when I'm describing songs, but honestly, it's really hard for me to like describe genres. But I want to say R&B, but it doesn't sound right. It doesn't seem right. It just gives me that kind of vibe, but I don't know if that's right. But it's probably my second favorite Uptension B-side. It is just so good. The vocals are amazing. Everything about it is amazing. I've talked about how Burst is my favorite Uptension album before, but I don't know. Like I said with Bravo, I feel like just not many people check it out, so it's like a song that's really under the radar, which is a shame because it's just so good. I feel like if more people listen to it, people would definitely like it. I feel like I could say like a lot of Uptension's discography for underrated, like honestly, maybe even this whole entire album minus the title track, plus Bravo too. I don't know, but yeah, that was everything I had to say about Uptension. Okay, yeah, so that was everything I had to say about the underrated songs from My Ults. I did go about this tag a bit differently than originally intended, but that's okay. I felt like it would be more interesting for me to talk about a variety of things, just because, as I mentioned, Hotshot doesn't have enough songs for me to just talk about them. I can definitely see how it would work with a group that has a bigger discography. But yeah, that was everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
I